Hello, fellow duelist. I picked up Traptrix recently, and I gotta say, Traptrix is awesome. Very competitive. And I went undefeated 8-0. And I'll be showcasing the deck profile. We have 3 Myrmeleos. Kind of mandatory in this deck. Usually want to open this just so you can search your trap. 3 Mantis, your second 1-card starter. Searches you the monster. 3 Pudica. It's good if you open 2 Traptrix monsters. Get you the field spell. The field spell gives you an extra summon. And I'm playing 2 Arachnocampa. Cut it down from 3/2/2. Because I find myself opening it a lot. I usually want to open with the other ones just so you could get +1s. This one, when you summon it, it doesn't provide you anything. It's just an extender. Play 2 Dionaeas. She's really good just to reset back your traps. And if you open her with Pudica, you link away your Pudica, normal summon her, and bring back the Pudica, and that's a 1-card, an XYZ right there, just with Dionaea. This is mandatory in this deck. This is what gives this the +1 power. Opening this with any Traptrix name will be extremely good. Gives you that 1 extra XYZ. Either to go into Retaliating early to play around Nib, or go into Penguilla just to search your other Traptrix monsters. I play 1 field spell. It's searchable with Pudica, so it's not necessary to play more than 1. 2 Pot of the Prosperities. At first, I played without Prosperities. Found it to be okay. Actually good. And I played with the Tantalizing Tune. That card could be risky just because that Ash is back in the meta. And you don't want to lose to that. 2 Prosperity should be fine. Funny enough, every time I see Prosperity in my hand, I see both of them in my hand, which is kind of annoying. Play 3 Holitea. Mandatory in this deck. You need her. Very good extender. And helps you summon your Dionaea using Sarah. For the Trap Hole cards, this is a new addition, Treacherous Trap Hole. I found this deck's removal to be not that particularly strong, so with Treacherous Trap Hole, pop 2, very good. Floodgate, good against Kashtira, just put their monster face down. It's gonna be hard for them to extend. Gravediggers, mandatory in this deck to play around Nib. Usually want to go into your Retaliating early and play around Nib. It's unfortunate if you draw it though. 1 Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare, just good in general. 1 time space. It's good for those problematic cards like Mirror Jade. Shuffle it back, but a lot of the players, the branded players, they just chain branded right to it, and I don't find it that particularly useful. Terrifying Trap Hole is awesome, especially when you have an extra Trap Hole in your graveyard. You get to banish one of your opponent's graveyard pieces. And this is it for the engine. 28 card engine. Now for the supplementary engine, the hand traps. Play 3 Ash. This could be any of the tuner hand traps, but Ash is obviously the best diverse one. 3 Nibiru's. Nibiru has been always good. One thing I forgot to mention is the mirror match is very difficult with this deck. Because both of you guys are kind of unaffected by each other's trap. And when you activate traps, you have to trigger each other player's Sarahs. And I've played three Traptrix out of the 8 rounds. You need the evenly in the main just to try and break boards or bait out their negates. Finally, 3 Infinite Imperm. This isn't mandatory. This could be Raigeki or Kaiju's, but Imperm is decent. That's it for the main deck. 40 cards in total. I feel like this is the final build for the main deck. I wouldn't change anything here going forward. Everything works well with each other. For the extra deck, play 3 Sarah. She's mandatory at 3. She's what gets your engine going. Play 1 Earth Charmer. Never came up, but it's good to grab your opponent's Fenrir, or in the mirror match, you summon their Myrmeleo, pop a back row, but doesn't really matter in that sense because both of you guys are usually unaffected by traps. 1 Cloaria, never went into her, but she's actually really good because she lets you reset your traps. 1 Oedipus, this is amazing. Link 3, being able to negate and pop, very, very worth it to go into her. Plus the attack boost helps you to deal a lot of damage. 3 flex spots, 1 access code, 1 Boral Sword, and 1 Underworld. These 3 could be anything. Usually they're just food for the prosperity. And if you have, play 2 Zeus, and keep the Underworld just for those problematic monsters. Play 1 Babushka, 1 Time Thief. Time Thief mandatory in this deck, especially when you could get a trap under it. And really good in a mirror match, being able to shuffle back their normal summon stops them from going into Sarah. 1 Alomaris doesn't really come up. 1 Pudica, very good if you can go into her to grab your extender and Arachnocampa. And 2 Rafflesia. Probably wouldn't go down on Rafflesia, but if you have to, maybe cut Alomaris. And if you have 2 Zeus, I would cut the Access Code and Boral Sword for Zeus. For the extra deck, I play 3 going second cards. 3 Fenrirs, 1 Thrust, 1 Talent, and 1 Duster. Usually side 6 cards out. I usually side out the Parallel Exceeds for the Fenrirs, and whatever I find to be lackluster in the matchup, I side these in. And for going second, I play 2 Lancia. Going forward, I will add a 3rd Lancia. Lancia is very good. 2 Sanctum, 2 Barrier. I play the 2 ratios because I play Traptrix. 2/2. And 1 Wiretap and 1 Gravediggers. Usually your games are long, so Solemn may not be the best option, but if you want to add Solemn, take out the Wiretap. This is just to stop evenly. Take out the Grave Digger Strap Hole and the Traptrix for 3 Solemns if you need to. Yeah, but I'm gonna be adding a third lance. Going forward, and I will be replacing it with Wiretap. It's gonna be 3 lance going forward, 2 Sanctums. Today I've my opponent tried to evenly had a set Sanctum, summoned, activated effect, and he can't evenly. 2-dimensional barriers, keeping the Traptrix, 3rd copy of D-Barrier and Sanctum. Trap Hole comes up against those graveyard heavy and hand heavy decks like Tritron and Tearlaments and whatnot. And Wiretap, good budget option if you don't have judgments. This is it for this deck. Again, went 8-0, undefeated. Very, very good deck. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments and let me know how I can improve this deck going forward.